designed from the ground up, with an attention to detail river cruising has never seen before. There's nothing quite like river cruising, no matter who you cruise with. But there are some pretty big differences between companies, starting with how they look at staterooms. And our one-of-a-kind panorama suite is proof of our innovation, our imagination, and our desire to create a smarter use of space. To give you some perspective of how much better our staterooms are, we're comparing them to the average river cruise cabin. Here's the average window, roughly 7 feet wide, with an opening under 4 feet. Here's our window, nearly 11 feet wide, floor to ceiling, wall to wall. And when it opens, it really opens. Wide enough to let the outside in, because the opening is a full 7 feet, almost twice the size of the others. It's the largest standard window in river cruising. Now let's take a look at the bed of the average cabin. It faces the wall. Not much to look at there. We had a much better idea. What if we angled the wall and turned the bed? That little change gives you the perfect perspective of the amazing views out your window. We then turned our attention to the balcony. Here's the average river cruise balcony. Seems like a nice idea, but as far as we can tell, there's not a lot of room for people to enjoy the views out there. And they had to take space from your stateroom to create that small deck space outside. So here's our better idea. Reclaim that space, push the window out, add a spacious dining and seating area for up to 6 adults. Combine it with the largest sliding glass door in the business, and voila! You have an open-air balcony, the only one of its kind in river cruising. And you can enjoy it day and night, no matter the weather. Plus, you'll enjoy a lot more livable space, a full 200 square feet. We gave our room an attention to detail unmatched in the industry. We offer comfort collection beds, plenty of easily accessible storage. And we even added sound dampening insulation in our walls to make it less likely you'll hear your neighbors or they'll hear you. And we didn't stop with the room. We turned that same attention to detail to the bathroom. We took a look at the bathroom of the average ship, and we knew we could do better. By angling the wall, we opened up more space in the bathroom. Then we took our newfound space and we made it luxurious. We have a large tile shower with glass doors, marble countertops, premium fixtures, L'Occitane bath amenities, and shelves to store all your necessities. And the best part is that there aren't just a couple of these staterooms on our ships, reserved for those who want to pay more. 80% of the staterooms on our suite ships are panorama suites. And once you leave your suite, you're likely to find fewer people on our suite ships. Because with our bigger staterooms, there is less capacity for passengers, which means more space everywhere you go. As you can see, more has gone into the amazing panorama suites, so you can get so much more out of them. Does your river cruise do this? We invite you to compare, and you'll see there's no comparison.
How exciting was that? Oh my gosh. Hi guys, how you doing? I mean, we're doing a lot of lives lately. I am Walter from Where's Walter Travel. It is so good to see you. Happy holidays, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. And I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rebecca, off camera. I was actually hoping to have Avalon with us at some point, but as it turns out, our rep is over in Europe right now with a bunch of my KHM colleagues on one of their ships right now. So hopefully soon we'll get Tina on here so we can talk even more about the ship. But as you can probably tell, our Christmas market cruise is going to be on Avalon. Yes, we're going to be on the Avalon View, and we're going to be going from Basel to Frankfurt. And we've got a lot of things to talk about tonight, but I'm just so excited we can finally start talking about this for real. The bookings are open. I got to tell you, folks, we got more than double of what we expected from the early access folks. I mean, we opened up, we told you folks, if you want to register early, to go ahead and get on the mailing list. We'll send you out an email when the bookings are open. Yeah, we got double the responses that we expected. So we're so excited. You guys are excited. So let's talk about Christmas markets tonight. And if you got questions about other things, I will try to answer them. But tonight, I really want to talk about this Christmas market cruise. I want to take a deep dive into it because, look, this is a bucket list thing for me. I have wanted, for years, I've been bugging Rebecca. We got to go do the Christmas markets. We got to go do the Christmas market. So we picked 27. We said we're going to wait for the itineraries to drop. And there is a very specific reason why we picked the Avalon ship. So really, really, really excited. So yeah, you like the shirt there, Corey? I know I love this shirt so much. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud as we leave the pier. Huh? It's just so awesome. All right, guys. Oh gosh. Hey, Bills fan, Mimi, Rick is here, Jen, Corey, Mike. Hey, Mike, and you're safe from Aaron. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Boy, that storm really got big and it kind of slid a little further west than they thought it would. But wow. But thankfully, it looks like everybody's going to be safe. So yay. So let's talk about Christmas markets. So the dates are December 7th through the 14th, 2027. Now, one of the big reasons why we picked this is because you literally have 2 years until the final payment is due. I think it's September 9th of 2027.
8th, I believe.
Yeah. So you literally have 2 years from today to pay for this cruise. It's, river cruises by nature are expensive. And then you throw on Christmas, which is just a little 4-week window with the Christmas market. It gets a little bit more expensive. And we know that. And so to help everybody, we said, you know what, we're going to give everybody 2 years to pay for this thing. So you can pay it little by little and you can still go on other vacations and enjoy. So let's go ahead and talk through what this is going to be all about. So first of all, our itinerary. On December 7th, we will all gather up in Basel and we will meet the Avalon View. We will then go, and if I say these things wrong, I'm sorry, I'm trying. I meant to go like looking them up phonetically before we started the show. I didn't have time. So Brisach, maybe? Brisach, that sound right? Kel, Ludwigshafen, Rudesheim. Now Cologne. Cologne is the big reason, one of the big reasons why we chose this particular itinerary, because Rebecca really wanted to go to the markets in Cologne. She did a lot of research. We were looking at the Danube. We were looking at the Rhine. The Rhine won out. And then when she saw the markets in Cologne, she's like, I'm really zeroing in on Cologne. So we'll go to Cologne. We'll go to Mainz. And then finally, we'll end up in Frankfurt. And if you don't know, Basel is in Switzerland. You're probably going to fly into Zurich, which we're probably going to come in a couple days early and explore like all the markets and everything there in Zurich. And yes, before you ask, yes, I will be showing you all the pricing. The pricing is currently live on our website. The whole trip is currently live on our website. We're not hiding the prices at all. These are the group rates. The group rates are actually matched up with the current promotional rates, which is nice. And then as the prices go up, our prices are going to kind of stay the same for a little while until we run out of inventory. So so we're actually going northbound. We decided to, Rebecca was doing some research back and forth, and it looked like it was more efficient for the ships to go northbound. So they tend to make a little bit better time between the ports. So you get to spend a little bit more time, like maybe even if it's just a half an hour. Just a little extra time in the port because the ships tend to make a little better time going north. So that's another reason why we chose the northbound. Now, the Christmas markets that we expect to see while we're on this thing, Zurich pre-cruise, certainly you can go there. We're going to hit the Black Forest and Brisach. Oh my gosh, so excited about that. Strasbourg, France. Now that'll be via Kel. Very close to Strasbourg, France. We'll be able to go over there and check out the Christmas market. Heidelberg via Ludwigshafen and Speyer. Rudesheim. Rudesheim has the Mechanical Music Museum. I'm very intrigued by this thing. I'm going to have to look this up. Just the name of it alone. I'm like, oh my gosh, has anybody been to the Mechanical Music Museum? This sounds so freaking cool. Then, of course, Cologne has multiple markets. And then Mainz, not only will we have some Christmas markets going on in the area, they also have the Gutenberg Museum, which is the home of the printing press. So that might be kind of cool to go check out. And then, of course, Frankfurt post-cruise, if you want to stay on there for a while. Now, again, the trip is December 7th through the 14th. So we wanted to, lay in a time where it's after Thanksgiving and it's before the holidays. So you have plenty of time to get back home for the holidays. Of course, you can do all your Christmas shopping. How cool would that? You do your Christmas shopping in Germany, in France, in Switzerland. And hey, I brought this back to you from Germany and all of that. They're going to be so cool. And of course, we're all going to have to look up like how much food can we bring back and, and all of this stuff. Jen, you were in Heidelberg. Oh, wow. That is so cool. Maybe you should come back. Mike, he had been. Oh, Mike, are you saying there's good coffee in Rudesheim? You had me at coffee. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Mike, for that. Hopefully you guys will be coming. Jen, come on. You got to sign up for this thing. If you've been to Heidelberg, you definitely need to sign up for this thing. That is so phenomenal. let's talk about our ship. I've been kind of walking you through the Christmas markets. Let's talk about our ship. Our ship will be the Avalon View. This is just so funny to me, right? I'm about to go on the largest ship in the world in less than a week, or just over a week. 7,000 people on the Star of the Seas. This ship has 85 cabins, 75 cabins, something like that. It had just over 80 cabins on the entire ship. 160 people on this one. I wonder what this would fit in. Like, would this fit in the pool on Star of the Seas? I wonder. It's only 443 feet long. It has 47 crews. There are 16 staterooms. The staterooms are the rooms that are under the waterline. The way these river ships, a lot of these river ships have cabins that are actually below the waterline. And then they have on this particular ship, and one of the reasons why we chose this particular ship and this particular cruise line is because of that video that you all watched right before the show, where they showed off that panoramic suite. It's going to be December. There are river cruise ships out there that do have an actual balcony where you can stand outside. And we're like, it's going to be December. How much are we actually going to stand on that little bitty balcony outside in December? Probably not much. But these ships have that panoramic glass window. All 67 of those suites have the panoramic window. The only ones that don't would be if you go ahead and get the staterooms. You're still going to have two really nice windows that you can see out. And the view is actually kind of cool. I mean, you are literally looking right out at the waterline. It's like one of the most unique views in cruising. It's so freaking cool. But we chose Avalon and we chose this ship because of those panoramic windows. It's going to be cold. You can sit, you can have some hot chocolate, we can have some coffee, we can have cookies, we can leave the glass closed if we want to. You can see the bed are facing out. You can sit in bed and you can just look out the window together. Oh my gosh. We are just so excited about this. And so there's a very particular reason why we chose Avalon for this particular cruise. So,
I am really loving Corey's comment down here.
This is too small for a light boat for Star of the Seas. You're right about that. The light boats on Star of the Seas carry approximately 400 people.
Now, admittedly, they're just shoving people in there without space because but yes.
But we're killing Darla right now. Oh my gosh, you're killing me. Not only did we want to go on a river cruise, but we want to go on an Avalon river cruise specifically. Now I'm going to have to either do, you might have to do 2 big international vacations. You know, we're doing 2 big ones a year apart. So next year we will be going to Italy for our first time and then doing a cruise around Italy plus the transatlantic. That's going to be our big 25-day international adventure. And right now for 2027, this is the only thing that we have. We knew we were doing this, so we're going to book this as soon as it opens up. We're giving ourselves 2 years to pay for this thing too. I mean, these are expensive cruises. We know that, but this is also a once in a lifetime, probably for most of us. This will be the only time we're going to get a chance to go over and do it. Maybe I'll get to find some of his friends over there and bring back one of his friends. I used to buy a nutcracker for my sister every single year. I don't know, for like 12 years or so. She's got this beautiful collection of nutcrackers over there. So there was a very deliberate reason why we chose the Avalon waterways and the Avalon View for those spectacular, absolutely spectacular panoramic suites. Oh my gosh, absolutely beautiful. Now, what do these ships include? A lot. The text is going to be kind of small, and I apologize, but it's almost an basically all-inclusive. The only thing that Avalon still charges you for, really, beyond this, maybe some optional shore excursion and the gratuities. The gratuities are actually not included in the cruise fare. However, with a group, they are. So if you book with us today, you're actually going to book at the exact same price that currently this cruise is at, but you're not going to pay that extra $150 per person for the gratuities. Those are covered in the group, which is a really nice little perk. The other nice little perk is that as long as we have inventory, we've actually locked in the rates. So if you see the rates start climbing over the next few months, our rates are going to be locked until we run out of inventory. And there's only like 80 cabins to start with. There's not a whole lot of inventory. And we already sold double of what we thought we were going to. Like literally in the first 24 hours, we sold double cabins that we thought we were going to sell. So y'all are excited. So I don't know. So as long as I have the inventory, The rates are going to be there, and also you're going to get the prepaid gratuity. So you get complimentary Starlink Wi-Fi. You got those big panoramic windows throughout the ship. That's the other thing too. Go look up some of these videos on the Avalon ships. You're going to see like they have these rooms with just glass everywhere. So no matter where you are in the ship, you will be able to look around without necessarily having to go up to the top deck. When you go into some of their lounges and everything, it's like 180-degree glass all the way around. Absolutely beautiful. They got elegant complimentary design. I just took this right off their site. Now the sky deck, I don't know how much we're going to be using it. I think we might have to have, like a polar bear challenge in the whirlpool potentially. Who knows? Maybe Ken will do it. Maybe Ken and I will go do it. They've got the covered observation lounge. You got the club lounge with 24-hour self-serve beverage station, including the cappuccino machine. I am so excited about that. And hot chocolate too. You got to go to Christmas. You got to have some hot chocolate. You got to kind of relax, have some cookies, have some snacks. I'm so excited about that. They have a complimentary elevator. No euros required. You can just use the elevator. Just push the button. It will come and get you, and it will take you up, and then it will take you back down. That's complimentary. That is included with the ship. I just think that's so funny that they have that as an inclusion, but I couldn't resist.
I think they're more pointing out the fact that they have an elevator.
Yes, that they do have an elevator.
So that if you have mobility issues.
So if you have mobility issues and you can't get up and down, they do have the elevator right there. That will help you get up and down the ship. So Mike wants to know, will you be able to select your room? Absolutely. Yeah. We can get on a call together and talk. I've already, like I said, we've already doubled our sales. But yes, you can absolutely pick out your rooms. So far, folks are just letting me pick the rooms because there's only so many to choose from. But if you want to select a specific room, Mike, yeah, we just hop on a call, or you can just send me a list and go, hey, I like this room, I like that room, I like that room. Pick one of those and I'll just grab it. But yeah, that is what I have been doing. I've been jumping into the booking engine and just snagging them as we go. So absolutely. Corey, with 4 decks, do you really need an elevator? Well, if you can't walk up and down the stairs, yes, you do. So that's why it's there. I don't know just how scooter friendly something like this would be, because it is going to be a bit of a smaller ship. I don't know if a scooter can get into the elevator. We'll have to find out.
I think the bigger problem with scooters is on land. Because there's a lot of
rugged terrain,
cobblestone streets.
And one of the things that you got to keep in mind too with these ships is sometimes you've got to climb between ships. So these ships will double, triple, and quadruple park at the docks. Now, can you imagine doing that on an ocean ship? That would just be cool. Just walk across the Star to Seas, go across the Oasis, then down the Adventure, and off you go. That would be kind of interesting. But they do double, sometimes triple park. So you actually have to walk across the various ships to get onto land and then get back onto your ship. So it could be a little something. So, this is a really good question, Bill's fan. How are you, man? Good to see you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Can 3 people cruise in the same cabin? I have to look that up. I
am looking it up right now.
Yeah, Rebecca's looking it up right now. If they can, it's somewhat limited, and I will have to get the pricing for you. So I don't have the pricing offhand.
It says panoramic suites and royal suites. There are some that are designed for 3. Okay. They will have the 2 beds together, and then a Pullman or a sofa bed for the.
There you go.
But it's going to be limited.
Yeah, they're going to be obviously there's only 80 cabins to start with.
So none of the waterline ones will fit 3.
No, so it'll definitely be a panoramic suite because they're a little bit larger. So if you want to drop me an email, just go ahead and drop me an email. I can run a price for you literally tonight. After we break all this down and clean it up, I'll be happy to run a price for you and send it. I can let you know tonight what it is, but I don't know offhand.
And apparently they do not have handicap accessible cabins.
That kind of makes sense because the bathrooms are so small. You would not be able to roll a wheelchair, I don't think, into any of the bathrooms. That kind of makes sense. But they are all showers, as far as I can tell. It looks like everything is just a walk-in shower, which is nice. So there's no bathtubs. Now this graphic is going to get even tinier because I know you guys always want to know about dining. Let's just say there's a lot of dining. How about that? They actually have quite a few dining options for such a small ship. Now, the one thing that is mentioned a couple of times in this long list of things is the sky deck. don't know how much we're going to use that sky deck because it will be cold. Obviously, it obviously depends on how the weather is. If we have nice sunny days, they may go ahead and do some cooking up on the sky deck. But I would suspect, based on the videos that we've been watching, it's mighty cold during this time frame. I don't think we'll be using the sky deck that much. The other part of this too is that the dress code does get much more relaxed. I mean, they don't have a stringent dress code, but they do have somewhat of a suggested dress code for nighttime, which kind of goes out the window during the winter time and Christmas because everybody's just wearing jeans and sweaters because it does tend to get pretty cold out there. But let's just suffice it to say there's a lot of dining. There is that 24-hour club lounge room that will have snacks and coffee and drinks and things like that. So yeah, and all of the pricing that you see on our website that does have the port fees, the taxes, it has everything in it, except the prepaid gratuity because those are covered by the group rate just by the very nature. So when I book you, you're actually going to see a $150 charge on there per person for gratuities, and then Avalon has to manually take your booking and move it into the group. Once it moves into the group, you get a credit for $150 per person that takes off the gratuity. So how accommodating are they for vegetarians? That's a good question, and I don't have
they do have a very big
they have
emphasis.
an Avalon Fresh menu.
Yes, they have a very big emphasis on health and healthy eating, and there are certainly vegetarian options.
Yes.
How extensive they are, I'm not really sure, but I know they do have vegetarian options. And
it will be a lot of local. There are a couple of videos about their dining on their channel, but Avalon is a line that's kind of similar to Virgin Voyages in the sense that they push a lot of wellness in the cuisine, in the activities. They have the bikes on board, so you can go off and use the bicycles and go do tours and things like that. So they do push wellness and they do push Avalon Fresh. So I would suspect that they're going to be pretty good with vegetarian, but that's certainly something that we can reach out and talk to our rep about. Certainly when Tina's on the show at some point in the near future, we can talk a lot more about food. I'm sure she's going to talk a lot more about food.
And by the way, I have, after continuing to check, there's some other sites that say there are no cabins for 3. So we will have to.
Yeah. Well, again, write to me, Bills fan, and I'll just take a look. I'll try typing in 3 people and see if I can put 3 people. Now, that also may depend on the ship itself. This is the Avalon View. I think this is one of the smaller ships that they have.
No, they're pretty much all those European river ones are about the same size.
On Avalon? I thought this one was a little bit on the smaller side. No? Okay. All right. I have been corrected again by my wife. Y'all know who has all the knowledge. I'm just a pretty face on camera. Y'all know that by now. I mean, you've been watching me for 3 years. You should know by now who knows everything because she always has the phone open in front of her using Google.
I mean, it might be slightly smaller, but by maybe 2 or 3 cabins, not much.
She is the secret weapon. She's why we're so successful. It's all Rebecca. It is all Rebecca. Does Avalon charge a solo supplement? Absolutely. You're going to see that if you look at my website, or if you just wait a few minutes here, I'm going to start showing you some of the pricing. Yes, Avalon does charge. Now, the thing of it is, you can sometimes get better solo supplements at other times of the year. Okay, this is the Christmas market. So with the Christmas market, you have a very limited window. We got 4 weeks. We have a limited number of cabins. So you're not going to see any specials for solos from very many cruise lines during this time frame. Even the ones who are solo friendly, you're not going to find the kind of deals that you might find throughout the year. So we have already talked about doing another river cruise, and maybe in the heart of the season, like maybe doing France or something else. And at that time, we might find some solo deals that are better than what they are at Christmas. But there is a solo supplement, as you will see momentarily. I'm not going to hide the pricing. I'm not going to hide anything. Bill's fan said he can sleep on the floor. I mean, hey, if they'll let you in the room, why not? I mean, there is plenty of room in the ship. So, but I'll seriously just drop me an email, and I will go take a look and see what I can find. I'm happy to do that. So the first room we're going to look at, this is the deluxe room. And it's one of the things that I do love about Avalon, that they not only show you a beautiful picture of the room, you actually get a top-down look at it. So you can get a real sense of what this room looks like. Now, what this room has, and it is on the right side, I guess the way I'm pointing, on the right side all the way to the far edge. That's where the windows are. And those are, you're going to see them in a moment, but those windows are up high and they are above the water. So you can look out. I think it would actually be kind of cool if they had a window below the water. You could kind of see what's in the river. Maybe you don't want to see what's in the river. I don't know, but that would just be kind of neat. But you do have these windows up top. As you can see, it's actually a fairly good sized room, plenty of room for 2 people. And then this is what the room actually looks like. There's that window up above. It's actually a fairly sizable window, a lot of light coming in. Now, this particular room is $43.01 per person for twin, and it is $75.26 for a solo. So those are the rates. That is all in the room. There will not be any additional charge for the prepaid gratuities. That it's going to include at least 1 shore excursion at each location. There can be additional paid excursions that are maybe a little bit more something. So you would pay for that, but there's always at least 1 shore excursion in every port that is included. And a lot of these are going to have to do with the Christmas markets. A lot of these are going to have to do with history. There is so much history involved here. Now, anything that has to do with a food tour, if I can find a food tour, like if I can find a food tour independently, I will probably go off and do some food tour, because I think food is one of the best ways to learn about local culture and to find like local places to go that would be outside the markets. Now, one tip that we saw on one of the shows we were watching was actually to go to the markets during the day, because they're quieter and it's easier to get into the shop. It's easier to get to the shop owners. It's easier to get the food. Oh my God, the food, people. I mean, I don't have to spend any money on gifts. I'll just be spending a lot of money on food. That is for sure. I have no idea what I'm going to bring back. I saw so many things during the videos. I'm like, I want that. I want that. I want that. It's just so much friggin' food and so much beautiful stuff. But this is the deluxe room. Now, right now, they're actually both the same price. The E's are more forward. The D's are more back. And I think the D is considered a higher premium cabin, just because it's not as close to the stairs and not as close to the fitness room. Now, the fitness room is hilarious. I love the fitness room. It is literally a room. I think it has 1 bicycle, 1 treadmill, and something else, and some free weights. I mean, they have stuff. That's basically it. As you can imagine, these are small ships. So they do have, I think they could call it a fitness closet, and that would be about right. So, hello. Hi, Tom. How much info do you need to add your Avalon account versus work through your example room selection? I'm not sure exactly. I mean, I can enter your Avalon account to a room for sure. Like if you already have an Avalon account, we could do that. If you book it on your own, you can't get in the group. You have to book it through us if you want to be in the group with the prepaid gratuity. So that is one of the requirements of joining a group. If you book it outside the travel agency that's hosting the group, you can't be moved in. You can't get the amenities or anything like that. So if you want to use your Avalon account,
yeah, part of your form, you ask if you have sailed Avalon before, and if you just give him your account number.
Yeah, it's right on the form asking whether or not you've sailed with Avalon before. Now, if I missed it, like let's say like I've already booked you and I missed that, no problem. I just call Avalon and we have your account added. That's not a problem at all. But that is one of the requirements of pretty much any group cruise. If you want to join the group cruise, you've got to book through the agency that's actually doing the booking. So, but it's no problem working with the account at all. No. So yeah, definitely reach out unless you've reached out already, and I haven't responded yet. But we're trying to respond to everybody as quickly as we possibly can. Now, the predominant room that is on this ship is the thing that you saw during the previews. And the thing we were just talking about is called that panoramic suite. And I love that they have angled the bed looking straight out the window. And that entire wall is glass. You have a glass wall looking out. This is the main reason why we chose Avalon Waterways for this particular cruise, because you have that floor to ceiling glass, your window on the world when we're moving. You don't have to open the door. You don't have to step outside. You can just sit there, relax. And then when we're tied up to another ship, you can just shake hands with the people right next to you and say hi, pass the gray poupon back and forth just because it's fun. Maybe share some hot chocolate back and forth. Now, you got to remember, when these ships are tied up, you will literally be able to just talk to the people right next to you. It's not like shouting over the pier on the big ocean ship. So this is the panoramic suite. The panorama suite, there is the B and the A category. Those are on deck 2. The B cabins are in the back. The A cabins are the front 2/3. So there's 3 decks total. You got deck 1, which is under the waterline, decks 2 and 3 that are above the waterline, and then deck 4 is the sky deck. So there's no cabins up there. That's just purely observation up there. But the hot tub, might have tried that hot tub in the middle of winter. That could be fun. But so B and A are on deck 2, and then P is all of deck 3 except for 2 cabins, which are the Royal Suite. We've already sold 1. There's only 2. There's only 2 Royal Suites up there. So if you want the Royal Suite, you got to book quickly because there's literally 1 left. We almost booked it, and we're like, you know what? No, we're going to let somebody else have it. We're going to let somebody else have it. And you've already seen what it looks like, but here's another picture of what this room looks like. Again, these are all the same rooms. The B, A, and P staterooms, they go from $6,200 to $6,300 to $6,350 per person. So the B is $6,300, the B is $6,200, the A is $6,300, and the P is $6,350 per person. So again, the B and the A, those are on deck 2, and then the P, that's all of deck 3 except for 2 cabins. And then for a solo traveler, yes, they do charge a solo supplement. So it will be $10,849 through $11,111, depending on which of the 3 categories that you choose. And all of these prices are shown on the website, and all of these prices are also shown when you go through the process of selecting a stateroom. So yeah, that could be a lot of fun. What Gary's saying, or Corey's saying, pass the gray poupon. I think we're going to have to get a video of that at least one time. At least one time. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention there at the top. So there is a promotion running until the end of the month. $250 off per person. Plus, we've got $150 off with the gratuity. So right now, all of these rooms are $400, technically $400 off per person. In September, we're going to lose that $250 promotion, or at least they're telling us that $250 per person promotion is going to go away. So these cabins will automatically go up by $500 in September for double occupancy if they get rid of that promotion. The $150 of included gratuities, those are going to stay. Those will stay. So you're always going to have that $300 off in a twin and $150 off in a solo. Now, for solo travelers, one big caveat. I can only have 20% of my cabins solo and be in that group. So, you know, I think right now I could probably have 2 cabins, maybe 3, but just keep that in mind. If I get a bunch of solo travelers, there can be a point at which they're going to say you're over 20%. And unless we get a few more twins in, they just do it by percentage. It's not a cabin number. So yeah. Bob, oh, that's a great question, Bob. Is the deposit fully refundable? The answer is no. The answer is no. The $500 deposit that you have to put down in order to hold this cruise is non-refundable, but you can change your ship and sail date. It is not refundable, but if you decide you can't come on this particular cruise, we can move you to another cruise. The final payment date is September 8th of 2027. You have 2 full years to pay this cruise off. And what we would highly encourage everybody to do is just make small payments along the way. You know, don't wait till September 8th and then make this big payment. You know, pay it off, you know, a little bit every single year so that by the time we get to September 8th, you're already paid, or it's just a small amount left, you know, $1,000 or less by the time we get there. That is another reason why we chose 2027, not 2026. We wanted to give everybody 2 years to just really pay this thing down. And you can pay it off in installments. You don't have to pay it off all right away. So it is $250 per person deposit. That is non-refundable, but you can change your ship and sail date should you not be able to take this cruise. And of course, we highly encourage everybody to get travel insurance for that very reason. Now, some people might, like to wait until final payment to go ahead and get that insurance, but because this is non-refundable, you might want to have that insurance be activated right away. So that's a great question, Bob. And any other question that you have about the policies and things like that, I'm more than happy to answer what I can here, or I can certainly answer it via email or a phone call tomorrow. My throat is really drying out. I'm doing a lot of talking. I'm just so excited about this cruise. I can't tell you how excited I am about this cruise. I was like giddy when we booked our room. Was I giddy, Rebecca, when we booked the room?
Oh, yeah.
I was dancing. I was dancing like this. I was just like, oh my God, we actually booked it. We actually booked it. We actually booked it. I've been wanting to book this for a very long time. That was me. And I'm the travel agent. And I was that excited. So I want to see you guys get this.
And it was a pretty exciting, 1-2 punch for us, because they finally also opened the Disneyland
open.
hotels for 26.
We're going to Disney.
So he got to dance twice.
We got to dance twice.
I think it was we booked this in the evening of one day, and the morning of the next day. It was like 2 days of dancing for Walter.
I have a rolling desk. Oh my gosh, I almost knocked it over. I am just so excited. Yeah, it was so awesome. We're going on a Hawaii cruise in February, and we've been waiting for the Disney hotels to open up. They opened up, and we're going to Disneyland in January, February of next year. I'm so excited. Okay, I got another room to show you. I'm so excited. I've just been kind of All right, so the Royal Suite, we still have one. One of our guests has booked one of them. We still have one available. So this is like the ultimate. You still got your bed facing the window. You have a bigger window. The window, it's like 1.5 panorama suites, maybe 2 panorama suites. This is a big room with really big bathroom.
The panorama suites are 200 square feet. The Royal Suite is 300 square feet.
I said 1.5 panorama suite. Yay, Wally. I got that one right. So it had the whole sitting area there. It has, it actually had the split bathroom. If you notice, the toilet is separated from the shower. Of course, the bigger room and all that. So, I mean, this is like the ultimate of luxury. It is up on deck 3. There are 2 of them side by side. One of them is already taken by one of our guests. So if you would like to have the other one, certainly do reach out. This is what it looks like. It is on deck 3. It is $8,200 per person for twin, and $16,398 if you'd like to have it all to yourself. Come on, Alex. I know you're watching. Look at this. You can have this all to yourself, buddy. Only $16,398, and this sucker is yours. Come on, Alex. I know you can do it. Alex, I'd love to have you come on this. I think it'd just be so much fun. Corey's asking, are there extra perks with the Royal Suite? I know there are. I just didn't pull them in the graphic.
No, they're not.
There's no additional? Nothing?
Not that I'm aware of. I'll double check.
Okay, Rebecca's going to double check. I thought there were a couple of little.
I mean,
it's not much, obviously, because there's no butlers. There's nothing like that on the ship. I thought there was a little something extra, like in the room or something like that. Barbara, you're here. Hi. How are you? Good to see you. Or good to see you virtually. How are you? We're going to get you to Alaska sooner than later. So Barbara is doing one of the coolest cruises. She's doing Hurtigruten expedition to Alaska. Oh my God, that's like the ultimate way to do Alaska. But Alex, Monopoly money. I will check in with my colleagues at Avalon and ask, would you take Monopoly money? I wish they would. We would all be doing that. But that is the Royal Suite, ladies and gentlemen. That is
the only.
Here we go. Here's the only extra perk for the Royal.
The only extra perk is the larger size. That is it.
I could have sworn there was something, but apparently no. You just get the bigger room. The thing of Avalon is because it is so inclusive, there really is not a whole lot more they can give, you know? So if you would like to see any of those rooms again, I will be more than happy to pop those rooms back up for you and show them to you again. Now, everything that I have talked about is on our website. Let me pop that up real quick and show this to you guys. I have a whole page on the website that you guys can check out. Literally everything you want to know about this cruise. I go into depth I go into depth. I go in depth on the entire cruise. I can't even talk. I'm so freaking excited about this. About the cruise, everything about the itinerary. I have much more information about the individual stops. If you're wondering, well, what are we going to be doing at the individual stop? I've got a lot of information.
Your graphic is still over top of the website.
I still got a graphic showing on top. Why is that graphic still showing? There we go. Thank you, Rebecca, my technical engineer over there. Thank you. So yes, again, we've got all of this. And the one thing that I haven't talked about yet are the pre-cruise extension. Okay. And I've got information about the ship. Here's more information about the ship, the included amenities. I've got so much stuff on this page. I was up till 3 a.m. doing this one day. I hope you guys enjoy it. And then there are these buttons here all throughout that say, click here to reserve your room. It is so simple, folks. You click that button, it opens up this really cool page, and then book your stateroom. Look at this. You can literally just click into that, fill out this form, and tell me which room you want, and we go from there. It's really that easy. But there are 2 pre-cruise extensions offered by Avalon Waterways. That's the other reason why I wanted to bring this up. You have 2 nights in Lucerne, and then you have 3 nights in Lake Como, Italy, plus you have 1 night in Lucerne. So those are the pre-cruise extensions that are offered by Avalon. If you want to get either one of those, we are probably, Rebecca and I are kind of talking about, we're probably going to fly into Zurich, because it looks like Zurich has some interesting Christmas markets over there as well. And then finally, at the bottom of this page, here are the staterooms. There are the prices if you missed them earlier in the show. I'm not hiding anything on this one. I mean, river cruises, like I said, they are a little bit more expensive. And then once you get into the Christmas time, they go up again because they've got a 4-week window to do these cruises. So everything you want to know about this particular cruise, you just simply go to my website. It is all there. I think I forgot to put a link to it before I started this show. So once we get done with the show, I will go back in and put that link in there. But you can just simply go to where'swaltertravel.com. You can click on group travel, and everything you want to know about this particular group is there. If anybody wants me to show you anything again, I'll be more than happy to show you the stuff again. But this is just going to be one of those things that we're going to talk about for a long time after, right? I mean, it's just one of those bucket list trips. I didn't even have time to pull the pictures of the market. There's so many. Well, you saw them on the graphics. I mean, wait, I want to bring. Let me just bring that back onto the screen so you can see that again. Let me just go bring up. I mean, look at these. Look at this. Oh my God, it's just so pretty with all the lights. The size of some of these markets is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, oh my God, they're huge.
Your graphic again.
Oh, I got my graphic on the screen again. I know, Rebecca. It's a good thing you're a producer watching me, because otherwise I'd be really making a mess. But, these Christmas markets are just absolutely gorgeous. And then you look at our ship right there. Like I said, everything's on the website. I'm so over the moon with this that we're actually doing it, that we're actually going to go and do this. Oh, so what questions do you guys have? Has anybody watching this actually been on a Christmas market cruise? I'd be curious to know if you've actually been on a Christmas market cruise. And how many of you think you want to come? I mean, we would love to have you. Again, you've got literally 2 years to pay for this thing right now. You got until September 8th of 2027. You will be putting down a deposit of $250 per person. That is non-refundable, but you can change your ship and sail date if you had to. We're able to do that with Avalon. And again, what you're going to be getting is that $150 per person gratuity, plus my rates are going to hold for a while until I run out of inventory. My rates are going to hold. So if you look at Avalon next week and all of a sudden you see, whoa, the prices are going up, my prices are still going to be exactly what they're showing on the website until Avalon says you've run out of inventory. And that happens, when Avalon says you're done, you're done. And again, we've only got about 80 cabins on this entire ship, and we've already sold more than double of what we expected to be selling by this point. We've only had it open for 48 hours, and we're honestly shocked at how many cabins are already sold. So, and I'm not going to tell you how many, but we're actually shocked. So, Walter S., you lived in Germany for 4 years. You loved, hey, so since you lived in there for 4 years and you love the market, do you have like just 1 or 2 little tips you can give us? You know, obviously it's a written comment, but if you have any like 1 or 2 tips you could give us about the Christmas market, that would be awesome. Or maybe what was your favorite market that you went to? And in the meantime, Alex wants to know, are any warmer group cruise updates, i.e. Explora? Nothing on Explora yet. No group cruises to announce beyond what we currently have. We knew this one was going to be the big one. We're going to be sailing through a few of them. We're finally getting close to our October cruise with Brilliant Lady. Can't wait to go on that. We've got over 100 cabins on the Brilliant Lady on September 10th. That's a big group that we've got sailing. So we've got 2 groups coming up in September, October. We need to get through those. We're not even looking at anything else 2027 right now. I think once we get through those, then I got to start getting ready for the Queen Mary, which, by the way, you know, if somebody wants to celebrate Christmas with us this year, maybe you don't want to wait till next year. Let me go find that. Just as a reminder, if you want to celebrate Christmas with us this year, we're going to be on the Queen Mary, a little bit of Europe. Excuse me. We're going to be on the Queen Elizabeth. We're not going to be on the Queen Mary. We're going to be on the Queen Elizabeth. I am going to be your Distinctive Voyages host on that one. It's really cool. So Distinctive Voyages is a program where we add some extra benefits on a selection of cruises, something like 200 to 300 cruises a year. And I went through the training to learn how to be a Distinctive Voyages host. This is going to be my first hosting assignment, December 18th through the 30th, 2025. It's a 12-night round trip from Miami, San Juan, Antigua, St. Lucia, Barbados, St. Martin, and Tortola. You get the services of me, your Distinctive Voyages host. You get a welcome reception, plus there is a free included excursion in St. Lucia. So if you want to celebrate Christmas with us this year, you could. You can absolutely come celebrate Christmas with us this year. So that would be a lot of fun. Mike said they went in 2019 on the Rhine on another cruise line. They loved Christmas time. Jen wishes she hadn't busted your budget because the Queen Elizabeth was a stunner. This is going to be our first Cunard. It's going to be our very first Cunard cruise. So we're very, very excited about it. I am going to get myself a tuxedo because I don't wear suits. So I figure I'm just going to go all the way. Gary Bembridge kind of excited about that. He's like, yep, that's what you should do. He said, if you go on Cunard, you really should get the tux. So I'm going to get the tux. It's going to be kind of fun. Who knows? Maybe I'll bring the tux to the Rhine. And no, I won't bring it because it will not be near warm enough for that. Let me go ahead and pop that itinerary back up so you guys can see that again. This is the itinerary we're going to be on. It's a lovely itinerary. You know, we did some research, looking at a lot of comments, and it did sound like going northbound was a better route for the ship, that the ship was a little bit more efficient going northbound than southbound. And sometimes you get a little bit more time in the various ports just because you get there a little bit earlier. So, hey, if that's what it's going to make it a better cruise, that's what we are all about. I'd love this. Just take it all in. You know, that's something that so many of us forget, right? We're always looking for that perfect angle or the perfect video. And it's like we take a picture and when we look down at the phone and we don't stay in the moment. I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to stay in the moment. I love that. Enjoy the warm drinks, very beautiful. And the Germans are very friendly. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Walter. That is awesome. Hey, we've had, what was it? Glühwein. We've had that. Your sister's friend brought some of that with them. We've had that. That is very, very tasty. I love that. I love that.
I'm not sure I'll be having any though.
I'll try just about everything. I'm not a big fan of beer.
No, I mean,
interesting.
It's not that I have anything against it, but for some reason, maybe it's my imagination. Since I'm not drinking much these days, somehow warm alcoholic beverage seem to hit me faster than cooler ones.
Maybe that's.
I'm hoping for some good hot chocolate.
Yeah. These are some of the markets that we think we're going to be hitting. I'm excited about the Black Forest. I'm just excited about, just being able to spend time with friends. I mean, we've got some really nice folks going on this. What I really love about our group cruises, what have we done? Like 4 of them now, I think. 4?
I
4 maybe. We just have the nicest people that come on these groups. Like everybody just bonds almost immediately, and it's almost like you're meeting up with your best friend. Like the next day, second day, it's like everybody's your best friend, and it's just I don't know what it is. I mean, I think we're very blessed that we seem to attract just nice people who want to cruise together and just really do enjoy spending time with other people, and it's just been really, really cool. And hopefully, you know, this will continue that. I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody on the Brilliant Lady for those 13 days. It's going to be amazing. The September one's just going to be different because it's a user conference, so it's not really a group, but it's going to be neat to cruise for 13 days with a bunch of folks. And we got a really nice group going to Hawaii in February. Oh my gosh, if you want to go to Hawaii in February with us, we got a really lovely group on that one. But I'm just so thrilled that we seem to attract some really nice people, some really friendly people who go along with us on some of these cruises. And it's just so much fun. So, Kathy said that your knitting teacher visited the market and ended up collecting the drink mugs. Oh, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. I don't know what I'm going to collect. You know, we collect magnets now. Because they're small and they're easy, right? When you're going around the Caribbean and all these places. So our fridge is definitely getting loaded, especially after Alaska. 12 days, 8 ports in Alaska. Got a lot of magnets while we were in Alaska. I don't really know what we're going to collect. One thing that
we're going to have to bring a freaking extra bag just to take home stuff.
I'm already planning on that. I'm already planning on an extra piece of luggage. Way ahead of you, hon, on that one. But yeah, we're actually at the point in our life where we've been getting rid of a lot of things. So for us to bring stuff into the house, it's probably going to be small.
Yeah. Maybe some nice Christmas ornaments.
Yeah, maybe some really pretty Christmas ornaments. I mean, we haven't had a tree in years because we're always traveling for Christmas. But
true.
It could be nice. It could be nice.
Maybe this will.
This is going to be our 3rd year in a row. We had no intention of traveling for Christmas this year. We thought we were actually going to be home for Christmas. And then that assignment came up on the Queen Elizabeth. It was an offer I couldn't refuse. So we're going to go on that ship. I just got the list today. We got 42 people in the group. That should be interesting. What's really interesting about this one, I mean, I have no idea who these people are. I didn't book them. A lot of them. Basically, there's a consortium called Travel Leaders Network, and we can all book into these distinctive voyages. So I'm going to be helping guests from agencies all over. We've got a couple of guests who I think are going to come along on this one, but the majority of these guests are not going to be mine. So it's going to be very interesting just being a host. You know me, I love to hang around with people. I love meeting people. So it should be a really interesting experience on that one as well. But this one, we just wanted to take the wraps off on it and show this to you guys. And I cannot stress enough that space is limited. You know, first of all, there's about 80 cabins. Second of all, we had a great pre-sale on this. So I don't want to, sell. But time is kind of the essence if you want to get on this thing. Because we're doing I'm impressed. We're doing a pretty good job with this, and you guys are really excited about this. So definitely, Mike's saying that they collected a whole bunch of those glasses while they were there as well last time. So it sounds like the drink glasses could be the way to go.
I just don't know that we have any more room in our kitchen.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to have to be one of those things that, like, if I find a gorgeous coffee mug or something, a mug's going to have to go. That's kind of where we're at. We've been getting rid of mugs, and we've been getting rid of stuff as I find new ones. The Stitch mugs do not go. Stitch will stay. Somebody else is going to have to go. That's kind of the rule. So, all right, guys. So it's getting close to 9 o'clock on the East Coast. If you've got any final question, please do go ahead and drop them in. But if you would like to come on this cruise, please do reach out. where'swaltertravel.com. You can go to our group travel page. You can check out everything about this trip, and you can even select your stateroom. You can go right to the point of selecting a stateroom and authorizing the deposit. I will get that. I can literally go ahead and grab a room for you, or we can hop on a phone call and you can pick out the room together. It's so easy. It's kind of like, like on the big ships, right? Like Star of the Seas, you want to be in the front, you want to be in the back, you want to be in Central Park, you want to be in Surfside, you want to be here, you want an inside with a view, you want an inside without a view. You want to be on deck 1, 2, or 3? Where you want to be? That's pretty much all it is. 1, 2, 3. You want the left? You want the right? Done. It's like the easiest cabin selection you've ever had. And we did look at the route, and the best we can tell, the ports are split about on the port side and the starboard side of the ship. So it really doesn't matter which side of the ship you're on. Now, there could be some points where, oh, well, if your room was on this side, you're going to get a view of this thing. But that's pretty much going to be the same going up
but they have
river. There's going to be things on both sides of the river.
They have plenty of public spaces with windows like all around, so you can see both sides.
And then you could put the jackets on, put the parkas on, and go up top.
And
unlike, and out the back too. There's a little thing out the back too, where you can just hang out in the back too. And
another thing to be aware of is, unlike ocean cruises, you really don't have to worry unless you are like uber sensitive to motion. It's not a problem no matter where you are on the ship.
No,
because the ship is so squat comparatively.
Very small.
And, front, back, middle, it's all going to be about the same.
Yeah.
There really isn't a difference.
And I have to say, I was actually really impressed that we do have a room that's under 9,000. I really did not expect that for a 7-night Christmas markets cruise. So the entry level price is actually really good for a Christmas market, and especially for a caliber of Avalon. If you have not seen Gary Bembridge of late, he just did a video with how the public ranked river cruise lines, and he was honestly shocked with the top pick by the general public, Avalon. They beat out Viking. So, per Gary Bembridge's recent study of all the rankings, we're going on the top rated river cruise line right now, and these ships are absolutely gorgeous. You saw those panoramic suites. That's why we're doing it. So I hope you guys can come. If you want to just talk about it, by all means, set up an appointment with me. If you want to go ahead and fill out the form, pick out your room and all that good stuff, I will jump right in and grab you a room. And then if you want to change it, we can always change it. But yeah, I want you guys to come with us. So I'm going to wrap this up for tonight and just say, if you guys want to come, please do reach out. Where's WalterTravel.com. Come spend the holidays with us in 2027 over in Europe on an absolutely gorgeous river cruise. I just realized my ending video really needs a river ship on it. So we're going to have to work on that when we go over there. But folks, thanks for tuning in. If you've got questions about this or any other cruise out there, just reach out. Where's WalterTravel.com. Links in the description down below. We'll see you guys Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great evening, everybody. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.